Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today in this tutorial, I'm going to go over the networking, and inside the networking, I'll give brief description about the IP addresses, the public IP address and the private IP address, and your ISP providing your public dynamic IP addresses, and how your IP address act over the internet. I'll give you the brief description as well, and also show you an example using the Omegle. I'll give you the link in the description below, and also show you the tool where you can go and check your own IP address as well, and also check the other public IP address, and you can see how the IP address is used to place your device in approximate physical location according to the geolocations. What is an IP address? An IP address, the internet protocol, the IP means internet protocol, address is a unique identifier for each device on the network. In the internet, when your device is out there in the internet, unless you are not exposed to the internet, you don't have to worry about it. Once your device is connected to the internet, then it will generate an IP address for your device so that your device can get communication with other devices over the internet. And how this is done? Internet service provider will provide you an public dynamic IP addresses. And what is dynamic? That means your IP address will change frequently, but it depends how frequently the internet service provider will change it. Frequently doesn't mean every day. It could be a month, it could be once you reboot your router. As I saw here in the picture, you can see in the typical household in your home network, this is how your devices will get connected, and your all devices will be connected to the one internet, but your device will have different IP address by default. But when they get connected to the internet service provider will give you public dynamic IP address for all devices. Whenever you are exposed to the internet and trying to communicate with any other devices or getting to the website, they will be able to see your public IP addresses. If there is any other connection coming back to your network, to your devices, then the service will come to this IP address port, and then your router will reroute your messages to whichever it has to go, because the router will just convert everything. I hope you guys are understanding and following me. So the second purpose of an IP address is for location addressing. The internet will help you to locate, use as a geolocation. Any other location finding application or tool, they will help you to find your current location. Exactly. As per the geolocation, internet will locate you. That's how those other applications, tools being able to get your location. Okay, how can I check the IP address? I'll give you a clear example as well using the Omegle talk to stranger. I'll show you how to trace location of different stranger people on Omegle. So here, for this, I have a piece of code that I'll put in the description below. You just have to copy this and paste up here. I'll show you. But let me tell you guys before this will only work on Chrome and desktop version. That's all. Let's go and do it. So Omegle talk to stranger. Here you have to inspect. When you go to this page, then press inspect. Then clear to the console. If it is not clear, then hit this clear button, or if it is clear, then that's fine. Just paste the code and hit enter. Once you have done this, you are okay, good to do that. And let's do this and start the site. Here you just see it's gonna be the IP address up here, and now can stop. You see the IP address up here. Now you have to do is copy and paste on your website. I'll give the website description below. As you see, it's going to show you everything on details. You can see it's different. So that's how you trace the stranger IP address. And this is for tutorial purpose. So if you want to check your public IP addresses, then you can use multiple tools that they have provided over the internet. The one I'm using for today, this video, is whatismyipaddress.com. This is most frequently used by most of the people. Go up here, and on the top you give the IP address. It will show you according to the geolocation. It says likely static IP. it says likely, which is your ISP, internet service provider. It will give you the host name, and the name is your IP. According to the geolocation, it will give you country and the region and the city, just like that. You can check on the other one. You see, it says likely dynamic IP, which will change frequently. It will give you your country, state, and the city, and also give you the longitude and latitude. That's how the Google map will be able to find your locations. Will be able to give you and get your current location. So if you want to look some more about public IP addresses and the differences, then you can also go to this website and check how does IP addresses work. I hope you guys understood about the differences of the IP addresses and differences of public and private IP address, dynamic and static IP addresses. Thank you so much. I hope you guys understand very well. If you have any questions, please comment down and I'll try my best to get your answer back.